Well, hello everybody. How are you, Jermaine?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. I think I mentioned before we started, I picked up a little something, something. So if I cough, I got my little water here. Got to stay hydrated, and if I cough, just excuse me. Y'all ain't getting the germ, so y'all say. Um, but yeah, you ready to talk that stuff? Real Housewives of
Always.
Potomac. Okay, so it wasn't. I mean, I guess they had a little drama this episode, but they had so much crazy stuff in Austin. I was just so happy they were back. Like, I am so happy Juan is not here right now. I'm so happy they back from Austin. I'm like, it did seem like they were in Austin too long.
A very
Yeah.
long time.
And I'm just like, y'all don't do this many episodes when y'all go out of the country. But anyway, they back. So it starts with Karen and Ray. I mean, not to downplay her condition, but she keeps talking about this cardiologist. And I mean, nobody wants any type of buildup. I don't even want to. I mean, I probably do want to know, but I may have more than 5% calcium buildup. I don't know how they check it, but she got 5% calcium buildup, which means she has 95% non-calcium buildup. But apparently, Ray was insensitive when she was calling him to share the news, so she wanted to let him know and tell him a thing or two.
Well,
Now,
it's only been 5 years that she stopped eating chicken, right? So you
yeah,
mean to tell me for 55 years she's been eating fried chicken and she only got 55% buildup?
right. Oh my God. What
That's
she called
good.
it? Dirty Bird? Right. You're doing good, girl. You got a nice track record going for yourself. But yeah, so apparently, and I mean, anybody that's been in a relationship, you probably have encountered something similar where you call the person or they call you and you in the middle of something or doing something. You don't know if they're calling you with serious news or bad. You don't know what they're calling you for, but you like, yes, okay, okay. I will give this to Anthony though. I will say when I call him,
I'm so
what?
sorry. I'm laughing because you said yes. Like, get to it. Tell me what it is right now. I ain't got time.
Exactly. Okay. And so, but again, Anthony, he will be like, I can tell when he's in a meeting too. Like he'll be like, everything's okay. And I'll be like, yes, I'll call you back later. Because he will say that. He won't be like, what, nothing like that. So I will give that to him. But so I guess if I call him with some crazy news, he'll be receptive. But anyway, that's them. She did discuss that, the paid luncheon with him. Now, I mean, we'll talk about it more later, but did you expect like a big luncheon or what were you expecting?
Yeah, I was expecting like 100 people to show up. Like the way she
Yeah,
was talking about it. Like that's
yeah,
just
like
like a little, I don't know, a fundraising meeting. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's
So
all that was to
I was
me.
kind of shocked that it wasn't that many people in there. But anyway, I waste some of my water, so I gotta wipe this up. But anyway, I can multitask. But anyway, so we get to Mia and G and Robin and Juan. So they go on this date to do pasta making.
Couples date, yeah,
Yes, a
yeah.
couples cooking date, which is cute.
I
I thought
love
it was
couples
nice.
dates.
Yeah.
Do you do that often?
We do. I guess we do. I wouldn't say often, but we do it a bit. Yeah, I guess we do. Yeah, because we have friends that we'll go out to dinner with, or yeah, we like, what y'all doing? Or sometimes it's
Hmm.
people. There's people from Madison that moved here, and every once in a while we be like, it's time for us to get together, and we'll get together, and it's mostly out to dinner. I think one time we went to this. I think we were trying to go there to. It's called Lava Cantina. It's like an outdoor.
Oh, the place y'all brought us to.
Did y'all go?
That's what I thought we went.
I don't think. Wait a minute. I don't
Well,
think
we
you went.
took pictures. That wasn't Lava Cantina.
I don't think so. I don't remember what you're talking about, but I
Okay.
don't think you
Oh,
went to Lava Cantina with me, at least. Where did we go? Okay, I'll have to remember that later. Um,
it
but
was for
anyway, so
our little
yeah.
30th or whatever.
Um, yeah, I have to see. Right now I'm drawing a blank. I'm like, we took pictures. Oh gosh. But yeah, it is fun. And you have to find people that, you can vibe with and you can have a good time with, because not all couples
Well,
are
well,
welcome.
now let me ask you a question. Would you invite a couple that is currently going through some marital issues?
Would I invite them?
Hmm.
I think if they're our friends, like good friends outside of the marital issues. Like if it's somebody I don't hang with that often, and then we go out to dinner and y'all hollering and not fussing, but like getting into it or being like cutthroat and stuff. Because I will say I have been in a situation where it was awkward. It was very awkward. But I think I come to realize that's just their dynamic. So yeah. And we don't go out with them much.
So many moons ago, the last time I was in a relationship,
Mhm.
because it's been a minute.
2 days, y'all.
There was a a couple, and every time they were together, it was like they were airing out all their dirty laundry, like all of it, all the time.
Wow.
You slept with such and such and such and such. Well,
Whoa.
you and I'm like, oh Lord Jesus. So the reason I asked that question is I wondered whether or not, Mia was really just trying to get in the business, or, I don't know.
Yeah. So it's TV, it's reality TV. So they had to plan a date, and who else got a man that they're gonna go out with? So they had to pair them up, number one. And Mia, I feel like, this is my opinion, I feel like they're partly trying to rebrand her for us to feel more sorry for her this season. And then also she is playing the middle this season, if you think about it. Like she's not totally on Robert and Giselle's side, and she's not totally on Ken. She's kind of neutral-ish, because she was one that could ride in either car in Austin. They could switch her back and forth. But I would say that they live. But anyway, because I couldn't stand Mia last season because she was so rude. She was rude to her best friend. She was rude to her husband. She was throwing drinks in Wendy's face. Like, remember she had that birthday party and they went to Miami and she cut a fool like the entire weekend. So we ain't forgot, but they are trying to.
No, you ain't forgot, old elephant. You ain't forget nothing.
But they are trying to like rebrand, because I found myself like, okay, I think I'm kind of liking Mia, but I'm like, hold up now. But anyway, but they're doing a good job, because you may forget about all that stuff. And they don't, I will say, they are flashbacking on Candace quite a bit. They're flashbacking on all the stuff she's ever said, ever did. But I don't think for once have they flashed back to the stuff that Giselle did to Chris last season, unless it's coming. But
at the beginning of this season, they did. Only at the beginning. Okay.
And I forgot. So, but anyway, they're at this cooking class, and as well, G and Mia arrive first, and then when Juan and Robin come in, he gets a call. Did he get a call or make a call? That's what I can't remember.
Who made a call?
Remember that he was walking in.
He received a call.
Okay, he received a call. And he was like, "Hold up."
And look, I thought it was some trick on the side. That's what I was thinking.
Okay, so we don't know who it was, but I heard "What's up, baby?" and my little what you call it, closed caption also wrote "What's up, baby?" And so I was like, hold up. And so then he started talking about this coaching stuff. Okay, so
you think he was just making up dialogue, like
the cameras are here? Okay, it could have been two things. It could have been that female coach, because it was
well, he's no longer coaching. He's no longer coaching.
But what I'm saying, it could have been that the lady. Remember the lady that he was washing clothes with?
Just trying to help him out with a job?
No, I'm saying, because it was a lady. I thought she was a coach, like she was a coach with him.
She was, but he no longer has a job. So why would he be communicating with her?
Because they all networked to find a job.
And that's why I said you thought she was just trying to help him find a job.
No, I'm thinking, well, okay, two things. I feel like it was her. I'll say that. And she could have been really trying to help him find a job, and oh, did you talk to so-and-so for me? Blah, 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 blah. Or he could have been like, what's up, baby? Oh, the cameras are here. Did you talk to? So several things could be happening. But Robin came back out and said, what did he say? She definitely thought it was a he, because she used the pronouns he. And he said baby.
Okay.
There's several rumors out about one, so it could have been either.
In Harmon, what do you think, In Harmon?
It could have been either. But in any case, they go in and the guys are cooking and they discussing the Austin trip. And the guys don't really care about all the mess for the most part. I mean, this franchise, the guys don't really care.
No.
And so Mia gets straight into the tea. She was like, okay, Juan, what's the real story? So did you put your credit card down? And I will say, I do like her delivery because it was kind of like the funny friend that's getting the tea, but not really seeming like it. Like, she like, did you really put your credit card down? And he was like, I paid for the room. My credit card was down. She got me. Okay. And one was like, and I was thinking at the time that he was like, okay, either what did I tell Robin? Because I got to keep that same storyline. Like, what did I tell her? So as he was saying, I think he was trying to get the story straight. So the story was that the lady was at the casino, lost her purse, and somehow, I don't know if you've ever been to any other country. You've been out of the country?
I have not.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Been fortunate enough.
We got to get out of the country. Any case, my credit card worked just fine. I could use money. I could Venmo. All of that works out of the country.
But she said she lost her purse.
She lost her purse, but your phone, you can do everything on this. Any case, I can get a virtual credit card on my phone. But in case,
you probably got a black card, Michelle.
But in any case, somehow she couldn't get money from Canada, which is basically America plus or minus, depending on what you
America
think.
North. It's America North.
America North. Thank you. And he had to put his credit card down. And so she was like, oh, because you could do that over the phone, right? And she was like, oh, no, you went. He was like, so next time. And he was like, won't be no next time.
But hold on. This is my question. She just flew into the city, didn't get a hotel room. See, these are things that I'm just thinking about.
Yeah.
Didn't get a hotel room, didn't use her credit card. She just said, I'm going to just get a hotel room once I get there.
So I don't know, when the story was out in the blogs, apparently another guy flew her in, like somebody that played for the...
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that part.
Yeah. So that guy flew her in. And I can't remember if he just left her high and dry or what happened, but apparently she got flued out, but he didn't cover the expenses. And so Juan was just so nice. He's so nice during COVID. He decided to put his family at risk to save this random woman from being out on the streets.
Well, what Mia was trying to get at was, you could have just called your number in.
Right. And I wonder if they ever even thought about that, or somebody should have brought they should have had a storyline for that, or at least why he had to go up there versus, like, well, I couldn't approve it over the phone, so blah, blah, blah. But anyway, we all know, there's some
Well, yeah, you know what? That's true. Like, I don't know if they would accept it over the phone. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not there in person, and how would they know that it's really you? Okay, I get that.
Possibly, I don't know. I haven't tried to do that over the phone, but anyway, you're gonna find a way for one to.
I'm gonna find a way, baby. I'm gonna find a way, even though I put them in the mess. I'm gonna reel it back.
So his she said his story matches Robin, so they must have practiced it.
Word for word.
Word for word. Word for word, bob for bob. Word for word. What Soldier Boy say? But yeah, so they got their stuff together. So they make the pasta, whatever. So like the rest, I think they discussed the whole attorney incident that they all have in common as well. But yeah, that was it for that. I don't remember anything else. I was saying like their pasta turned out pretty well.
It looked good. I don't know about what it tastes like, but it looked
right.
Good.
Well, it seemed like is it Dr. G? It's so many Dr. G's.
Oh,
no, his name is G. He's not a doctor.
Okay, then.
Yeah. He seemed to really like it, so it must have been good to him. But anyway, Wendy and her mom, I forgot about this. So, oh my gosh. So Wendy's at home with her mom, and I think the last time
Now you talk about being prepped. Two of them was prepped, baby. I'm sorry. Please
and
continue.
not very well. So I mean, all of these scenes are kind of staged and prepped. Like you know what you're gonna talk about when you know what I'm saying. It's not like okay, y'all just sit down and talk, and we'll record. It's like okay, y'all sit down and talk about this and make it seem real. You know. So we
I don't believe nothing Wendy says anyway. So anyway,
you don't.
not right now. Not right now. I think everything is stagecraft for her right now. Right about now, everything is
Wow.
stagecraft.
Okay.
That's what I'm
So
thinking.
what I will say is, I mean, I believe some things Wendy says, but I feel like it's too. Both of the stories have some truths, and both of the stories have some lies.
I do agree with that.
Yeah. So
well,
Wendy's,
I won't say outright lies. I'm going to say like gross embellishments.
embellishments. Yes, that's a good word. Or lies. What are embellishments? So hold up. So, oh Lord, I got you cut now. So anyway, her mom had this surgery, and the way she made it seem like she had an elective surgery, but had some complications, and that's why she had to have that second surgery. But she seems to be doing well. So they talk about the whole shrine event. Now, what's her name? Lebby. Lebby was the best sister.
Lebby. It didn't seem like the two of them knew what the girl's name was either.
Right. So what I do believe is fact is that Lebby was Wendy's sister's best friend, and she's also the other girl's cousin by marriage or something. I do feel like that relationship is true. I do feel like something happened where Lebby and Wendy's sister fell out, so they're not friends anymore. And that Wendy definitely knows Lebby more than what she's putting on. Like it's almost like I feel like I know my sister's best friends. Like they don't have to. I'm not best friends with them, but I know they exist. Like if you say their name, I'm not gonna be like, who are they? I know who they are.
Look, all of my friends from college. I don't even know how y'all names got up. But if I'm just talking, if I just say Michelle, oh, the girl that called and she said blah 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 blah. We were talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom knows these things. You know what I'm saying? Like I think parents pick up on certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I'm thinking about my sister. I know my sister's I know my sister's friends. I might not know all of her friends, but her closest friends, I know all of them.
Yeah.
But to the point where I couldn't pronounce their name? No.
Come on now.
No.
And the fact that she was just at your event a couple of years ago and you gave her, like to me, like you wouldn't do that you weren't doing that for the camera or a random person because you didn't even know that was going to it didn't make the show. It made it might have made the show. If it did, I don't remember, but it definitely made this season. In any case, so that's true. Now, this is what I think probably happened. Because Wendy's mama does seem a little extra. And I know some churchy people that like it's almost like they're using God for wrong. It's almost like, okay, I'm gonna pray for you. And it's like okay, what you praying for? You praying against me or for me? Like, what are you doing? So I feel like Lebby and Wendy's sister, I don't remember her name, fell out. The mom called to like probably see what was going on because you're like my daughter, and the girl might have been talking about some stuff. And then I feel like she may have said some crazy stuff to Lebby. I don't even think NECA was involved. I think NECA took Lebby's story, made it her, and then kind of went with it and added a little embellishment.
Some sauce.
But, yes.
Threw some sauce in there, baby.
But Wendy's mom was like, the shrine, only shrine I've seen is downtown. And I don't know, it just seemed, I don't know, it just didn't seem to flow. Like the truth, Judge Judy, it was like the truth just makes sense. Like it sounds right. It just makes sense. And that don't make no sense. So we'll see. Anyway, thoughts on Wendy and her mama? I know you don't believe nothing Wendy say. Dr. Wendy. But anyway, so Giselle and Grace go to do take a self-defense class because Grace is going off to college. Grace so beautiful, she's getting older.
She is, and just the way that she handles her mom, it's just like, I ain't got time for you, woman.
Right.
I ain't got time for you, and I love it. I love it.
So, I mean, they do the little self-defense stuff, and afterwards they act like they're gonna work out. So they start stretching, and she calls Jason. Okay, do you think their relationship is real?
Yes.
Okay, I actually do too. I feel like it is. Okay, yeah, even though he is in the phone most days, but he has, to me, like their conversations
Flow.
they flow. And when even like you know how they do those little quick scenes at the beginning of each show, and they show them doing random stuff with the kids or whatever, and sometimes she'll be on the phone with Jason and she'll just say random stuff that you would say to your
significant other.
I
Someone
was
who
like,
has
okay,
spent
I feel
time
like
with
it's
you.
yeah. So I feel like it's real. What I don't feel is she was like nice braids. Those were not nice braids. Do you remember his braids? To me, I
I
have
wasn't paying attention.
okay, I have an issue with like twiggy braids, like cornrows, yes, design rolls, yes, but like little twigs coming from different places, I don't like those.
Like Coolio?
Yes, like plait things.
I really need to go back and see what, because I don't remember his hair looking like that.
So he had, it wasn't Coolio-esque, but it was, they were all, well, it seemed like he may have had like a beat. I don't know, but I remember she said nice braids before we even saw him. And so that's why I looked at his hair when they actually showed him, because I was like, oh, let me see his braids. No, they were like the little plait kind. But anyway.
Maybe she saw it when it was looking worse. And that was her way of saying this is better.
Keep it up. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll send him some Pinterest. Like, ooh, these are some nice styles. Try those.
Let me put on my cap because
No. You are fine. No. I have to no. Go look at it. But apparently they see each other like every few weeks or so. So they're keeping the relationship alive. So we'll see what happens with that. Candace and Nneka meet up. On the way, Candace talks to her mom about her first mammogram. And Candace, is she 40? I can't remember how old she is.
No, I thought she was in her 30s.
Oh, okay. That's why I couldn't remember if she was. I remember her turning 35. So she's somewhere between 35 and 40, but she may have had like family history because I didn't think you started them until you were 40. But in any case, they found something, but they look like lymph nodes. And I will say, her mom was like, she was saying the doctor was like, keep monitoring them. Mm-hmm. And I would definitely get a second opinion, because sometimes they'll be like, oh, just keep monitoring, come back next year or whatever. And then next year, stage 4 or something. So I feel like she should definitely get them checked. And it's like a different. Oh, go ahead.
This is my question. It's a question because clearly I don't know.
Yeah.
Given her age, I'm assuming she did self-checks and she was just like, oh, I'm feeling something. She went in, they told her what they told her. And the doctors are thinking, well, you're not yet at that age where it needs to be an issue. Mm-hmm. Do you think some of that had something to do with what they said? Or
first of all, what did you have to do? I'm sorry, back to serious. That could have been the catalyst for her going, like she discovered something. So that's true. And there are a lot of women that are younger that are getting breast cancer. So they shouldn't like throw that out but I think doctors still do. Like they still like, you're young, you're healthy, you're probably fine. So that could be the case. However, so when you go in to get a mammogram, there's like the normal kind that you can get, and it detects some things. But I think if they find stuff, there's like a deeper one. I don't have the right terminology, but if you're a doctor in Harmon, you can tell. No, just like anyway. There's a deeper one that can look a little deeper in the tissue and stuff or whatever. So I definitely would go with that one just to make sure. And some women just request that one on Jump just to make sure they don't have anything. But in any case.
Okay, look at us educating.
Look, okay. The more you know. So she goes in to have lunch with Nneka, and they discuss Austin and just all the drama and recovering. And she feels like so Nneka feels like Candace and Robin should be able to work it out. And Candace feels the same way. Like, I feel like you and Wendy can work it out. Now, Nneka does not seem to want to work it out with Wendy at all. And she was just like, well, you did call Wendy a B. And she was just like, well, she called me a LA crackhead. To me, I don't know. I guess it was the vitriol with her calling her a B. And to me, it's different ways. Like you can call if you got friends and that's the way y'all communicate, or if that's the way, to me, the way you say it also makes a difference. So they did do the montage of showing every time Candace had said it after Candace mentioned it. Right. And sometimes it was to the person, sometimes it was in a diary room about the girls in general, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, to me, LA crackhead is different. Unless like her mom was a crack, you know what I'm saying? Unless she got some history. I'll be more offended by the B directed directly to me versus calling me a crackhead. But in any case,
I think I would be more offended about being called a crackhead.
Really?
Why? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
The bitch, it didn't even register for me. But LA crackhead, I'm a crackhead, bitch. First of all, what do you know? Second of all, you ain't got the right to call me a crackhead. That was meth. No, I'm just... I don't even know if we can talk about this on YouTube.
Oh, edit it out. No. So anyway, but I feel like NECA can make up with Wendy because that's her storyline, basically. The whole shrine, all that kind of stuff. So she didn't want to stay on another season. But nobody seems to like her, at least according to Twitter. I didn't see any NECA fans, as I go down the timeline. Because she doesn't, to me, like, even though I don't care for Giselle most seasons, it's something about her that you still want her on the show, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we need you on the show. You're not really doing nothing, but I don't know, we need you there. But NECA, we could do without, literally. Yeah, she's not bringing anything. Mia, I feel like she can come back. Like we can love or hate her, but bring her back.
Let me ask you a question. Probably more because I think Wendy made a more. I don't even know what Wendy did, but I just feel like when Wendy came on the scene, it was kind of, at least in my mind, it was questionable about her. So I'm trying to remember what storyline she had that made people say keep her.
I do remember like she was a doctor. She had all these degrees. She was a professor. She was all of this kind of stuff. And feel like she would get into it with, I forgot who she got into it with, like the first season. But
she was getting into it with a lot of people.
Yeah. Okay. And then her second season is when she got her body redone. And that's when Giselle and Robin started hating on her because of no reason. They felt like she was doing the most.
Again, she was getting into it with people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that could be why.
So what was happening with Mia, her first season?
So remember, Mia came in and she was just like, I've gotten my stuff done. I've gotten this done. Remember, she got a little coochectomy or something. I don't know. So she came in with that drama and she kept lying. Remember, she was just like, I forgot what's her biggest lie. Like she'll talk to somebody, spread the rumor, and the person was like, I didn't say that. Well, that's the way I heard it. Like, wait a minute, Mia. So
she was fun. She was fun to laugh at. She was fun to laugh at. Okay.
And I'm trying to think of why. Yeah, I don't know why we because I think I would have been okay with her leaving too, her first season. Because I wasn't a fan.
I didn't think she was coming back.
Yeah.
But hey, do what you do.
Do what you do. But what else? Oh, they have IVF in common, and we'll see how things go with that. Next was the PAVE event, and this is the fundraiser. Well, I'm assuming it's a fundraiser, but definitely an event that Karen was hosting to support victims of rape because she is an ambassador. And Mia had anxiety about attending because she had unresolved trauma. That's which they left it at that point. But anyway, the ladies, well, first Giselle and Karen get there and they say a prayer that everybody will be on their best behavior. Typically, they act right in these type events. This franchise does sometimes. But anyway, the ladies arrive with their business suits. That's what they're supposed to donate, a business suit. And, the program goes on. Karen's speech gives her a speech, and then a rape survivor does a song because that's how she heals. And that got everybody, and I mean, okay, I'm probably sounding insensitive, but you probably had to be there to feel the emotion.
I'm glad you said it the way that you said it.
Okay.
I would have said it completely different.
To feel the emotion of it, because they cut out in and out of it or whatever. So, but as she was singing, we found out, I didn't know any of this, but I guess Robin had an experience as a teenager.
That was
and it seems like a lot of their experiences were date rape type of events where they didn't give consent. And then they're later like, well, wait a minute, hold up, that was all right, because our sexual assault, I don't know if anyway, because I didn't give consent. It's almost like they're realizing now that situation was wrong.
I think there were two of the ladies that specifically said, Robin was one of them. It took them some time, and Candace. They didn't realize in the moment. They realized later that as you just said, they did not give consent, and so they were like, "Oh my God, like I just went through this and I didn't even realize it." And so that was something that, as a man, I'm like, "Oh God, like."
Yeah. And I know, like, I don't know, when Me Too was really, really hot and popping, a lot of men were nervous because they were like, hold up, is this, it was almost, maybe I shouldn't say this. Hold up.
Say it.
Okay. So I definitely think that a lot of stuff goes on and stuff can get crazy or whatever. But like, it got to the point where it's just like, oh my gosh, he held his hand on my shoulder for too long. I'm uncomfortable. That type of thing. Now your body is yours and all this kind of stuff, but it's almost like it got a little too, I don't know, too crazy, where it's just like, okay, because I know like my husband is a hugger. And so I was just like, well, you can't hug everybody now. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want anybody to not be the good person that they are. Like some people have ill intentions. Yes, they're accidentally rubbing against your breast, or like they can do a hug and they come to go, their hands fall down, all the kind of stuff or whatever. That is not right. But if somebody's just a natural, nice person and they hug you, my brother-in-law, he's a hugger and a kiss cheeker. Yeah, cheek kisser. So he'll do that. And it's like, you can't do that to everybody, because I think even my sister was like, in his role, because he's a coach. That's how I know a little bit about coaching with, because it's similar to Juan. Like I know how like they're connected and they network and how you can find different people jobs and send different people to different schools and stuff like that. But in any case, but yeah. So, but I do feel like there are situations, they seem like they were real, like they didn't give consent. And I don't think at the time a guy felt like, oh, I'm about to rape them or whatever. It's just kind of like they let things go and they didn't say yes. They didn't say, with this. Yeah, I'm okay with this. But they went with it. And yeah, so, but in case, so a lot of them had a lot of things in common. It seemed like even Ashley she mentioned having an experience with a family member. So that's more like molestation or whatever. But in the middle of the song, Mia leaves the table and she's in the bathroom like, you can do this, like giving herself a pep talk. Now, I did see on Twitter that people mentioned when Robin got up, both times like she left, that Mia would go check on her. And that Robin kind of looked at her and was like, okay, back to this song. It could have been the editing. I don't know. But it was Ashley that went to check on her. And she ended up sharing with Ashley that what I got out of it was her friend Jacqueline had a boyfriend. And I guess they were all, I don't know if they were living together, but they were all there at some place one night. And Jacqueline left her there with the boyfriend, not thinking that anything was going to happen, but he ended up raping her or sexually assaulting her. And so she's always had this issue with Jacqueline since then.
Mm-hmm. Which I thought was I hate to sound like a producer, but it's a nice spin on an old situation.
Mm-hmm. That is interesting because they're working on making Mia nicer, likable this season. And one thing that is how she treated Jacqueline.
So you found that out on the internet that they are indeed working on making her likable, or that's just your thinking?
No, I mean, you could like, I was thinking like wait a minute, I'm liking Mia this season, but she never did anything like I don't remember her really apologizing or anything like that to. I can't remember her apologizing at the reunion, but it was just like it's like I just noticed she was kind of neutral or whatever, and I don't know. Yeah, I didn't see that on the internet, but people may be saying that. Oh,
Thank you.
But yeah, that could be because she did. I mean, she treated Jacqueline bad, and we were like, "This supposed to be your best friend." Like, y'all knew each other. You was raising her mama house, all this kind of stuff, and so that's true. That could be. I don't think she would lie about it, but it does help the story, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it could be true. Who knows? But
you think she's lying?
No. I'm saying I don't think she's lying. I don't want to say that. I don't think she's lying. But I'm saying the tie it all in about that's why, that could be true.
Okay. So I have another question. On the same wavelength as you think she's lying, because you don't believe anybody. Do you think when she went into the restroom and she was giving herself a pep talk, do you think that she was playing for the cameras, or do you think that was a real moment for her?
I feel like it was real. I feel like it was a real moment because it sounded real. Like that's what people say. You can do this. You can do this, girl. You can do this. Like I believe that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got to check in. You don't believe nothing.
I believe most stuff. Like if it's makes sense, I believe it. The other stuff, I'm like, wait a minute,
Judge Judy.
Whatever. So, oh my gosh, Giselle. So after the event is over, she goes to the lady, and I mean, she does have a daughter going to school, and she's like, should she walk to class by herself? I'm like, oh my gosh. Now, I will say, she got a nighttime class,
on the time,
stuff happens. So good question, but girl, anyway. But she did say something, which is why I believe people and don't believe people. If you feel something off under that feeling, time to wake up. But anyway, if you feel something off, basically what she was saying is, if you feel uncomfortable or feel something off, don't throw it out. Just honor that feeling and get away or do whatever you need to do because it could be something wrong. And if you're wrong about it, at least you escape. You'll never know. But anyway, overall, the program was really nice. It was just smaller and more intimate than I thought. I thought it was going to be a big luncheon.
A big to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that was the end of the episode. The next episode, it looks like Robin and Candace will talk. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And it seemed like, they talk about Jacqueline too. Who was that? What's the lady that she was in season 1 and she come over so often? I can't even think of her name. Every time we talk about her, I can't think of it.
She's supposed to be the real grand dame?
Yes, her.
I know you're talking about. I can't think of it.
She talks about Jacqueline, so she makes an appearance, but we'll see what happens. But that's it for Potomac this week.
All right. Yes. And what's happening in about 5 minutes, Michelle?
We will do. Are we live or recording?
We're live.
Married to Medicine. Okay, we'll be back with Married to Medicine. Talking that stuff.
All right, so give us about 5 minutes, and as Michelle said, we will be recapping Married to Medicine. So, see you all in 5 minutes. Have a good one.